The student speaker for this year's pinning ceremony. I thought I just had to win an intense game of pin the tail on a donkey against the dean. But to be this pinning speaker, I had to submit an essay to the dean and then interview with her and the committee. And me being the multitasker that I am, I decided to schedule my interview on the very same day I got my wisdom teeth pulled. So I think they selected me because my jawline that day was very well defined by the swelling after the extractions, and the gauze I had in the back of my mouth probably made me sound and speak like a Kennedy. So I am up here today as a proud student of dental laboratory technology. People ask me all the time, what the heck even is dental laboratory technology? A lot of people confuse us as hygienists or assistants, or even dentists. We're actually none of those. We're the Wizards of Oz working behind the curtain, and, well, to sum up 2 years' worth of education, we make false teeth. So, today, the world's largest dental laboratory makes some teeth without ever having a human touch the actual physical crown, which is insane. So let me digress a little bit about technology here. There's been talk of artificial intelligence on the verge of making many lines of work extinct. No, I'm not talking Terminators, but Massachusetts, along with other areas here in New England, was the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution. Lowell itself holds significant historical value in how we, as a society, are determined to work. Lowell today has been transformed into a city of learning. Robotics has replaced a lot of manual labor in assembly lines, but now artificial intelligence is predicted to replace many other lines of work. Some believe roles in healthcare could even become automated. But I personally believe healthcare should maintain its human touch. It is that personal care and comfort only a human can deliver that can ease our patients' minds. Let me be clear and rest assured, Apple's Siri, Amazon's Alexa, or the guys at Google are not going to become healthcare providers or replace the quality of care we promise to provide to our patients. Out of all the programs here, I believe the very one I'm graduating from is positioned to greatly benefit from these technologies, which have already been implemented, to enhance the quality of our work. However, this requires us to be more educated. Unfortunately, there are only 12 schools in the whole United States left that offer dental laboratory technology. Countless programs countrywide have shut down their doors, courtesy of a monopoly that has taken the value away from formally educated dental technicians. That's why I urge each and every one of you here to ensure the livelihood of your careers by always speaking up for yourselves and advocating for true human care. Going back to my story, I could have never predicted this for myself, but I guess you could say it runs in my family. Not like how some of my classmates have family members who are dental technicians or dentists, no. And I swear to God this is true, but when my grandmother was in her 20s, she stole a man's denture because he owed her money. So I guess there's a direct family lineage to dental technology. My father always wanted me to go into sales. My friends always thought I'd become some great businessman. And my coworkers always told me, why don't you just go steal that sales rep's job? But I have no intent on trying to hit a quota, $1 million deal, or trades, or convince some stranger into an insurance plan. No. I'm here because I'm a people person. Sure, I'm a great networker, excellent at connecting with people, and persuasive enough to sell water to a fish. But that's not why I'm here. I am here because my passion is to help people. I am here to heal, restore, rehabilitate, and make people smile again. Look, I know speaking on behalf of all 9 health science programs is quite the ordeal, and even though I come from a dental program, I have such a huge respect for the medical field and every program Middlesex Community College has to offer. Because, believe it or not, I have some very real-life experience as a patient of all these programs. Since the age of 9, when I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, I've been greatly entwined and passionate about the study of medicine. Last year, at 21 years old, I became more familiar with even more medical professionals as I discovered my random moments of feeling like I had a brain freeze were caused by a tumor smack dab in the middle of my cerebellum. Anatomy touch-up right there. So, from the months of January to March 2022, I had countless visits until my brain surgery, March 21st, where I then had a 5-day inpatient stay to recover, and then it was an eternity of 10 days I waited at home until I was called back to get my biopsy results. A 9. Thank God. But I know it's not just some higher being. I'm going off script here, but I also recently had my annual MRI follow-up, also performed by an MCC graduate. So, yeah, but I know it's not some higher being to thank for this result, this benign result, and not just my neurosurgeon and another handful of doctors, no. It was also dozens of other healthcare professionals that helped me along the way of those hellish 3 months for my in and outpatient care. The MRI techs, the phlebotomy techs, the nurses, the medical assistants, the insurance coordinators, even the pharmacy technicians who put together my prescriptions for my discharge. Each and every one of them deserve just as much praise. Without everyone working around the clock, the hospitals and their doctors would not be able to do their work. There would be no healthcare system. Had it not been for my brain tumor, I would have little personal experience and appreciation for the other medical professional programs offered here at Middlesex. But I'm not just some chronically ill, tumor-riddled boy, but rather a story of success and perseverance. Growing up in the streets of Dorchester and Roxbury, bouncing around from public schools, I wound up getting my act together at 16 by working in a dental office as an assistant. Deterred from going to art school by a concerned family, I found the scientific art form of making temporary crowns and provisional flippers for patients. Becoming a certified on-the-job trained dental assistant, say that 5 times fast, had me then yearn for more. As I started designing permanent restorations in the office, under the supervision of the dentist I worked with, I realized I needed more training to assist my providers even more. My realization quickly became the idea and action of me going back to school in one of the dozen schools left in the country offering dental laboratory technology. Yippee! As a hands-on learner who loves to think outside the box, this program has been a perfect match for me. And I know even after I leave the classroom, I can never stop learning within the rapidly evolving field of study I'm in right now. I will still have a long journey of continuing education, lectures, and studying for my board exams ahead of me. I would love to become an advocate for dental lab techs across the country, as advocacy for our type of profession is little to none. I know a classmate of mine has had to commute 2 hours from Fall River, and I hear some others in this group have also had quite the lengthy commutes. I used to complain how I had to just drive an hour each way from Revere, Massachusetts. But in January, when my brake system failed in my 2005 Toyota Corolla, I was left with no way to drive into my final semester for my program. So for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of each week for these last 4 months, I've had to wake up at 5 in the morning, leave my house no later than 5:30, walk 0.7 miles to the MBTA's Blue Line stop, ride the Blue Line train for 20 minutes all the way to the end of Bowdoin, walk a half mile to North Station to take the 6:55 train to Lowell. I'd spend those 45 minutes on the commuter rail reading anything and everything dental related. Nerd. And when I would finally reach Lowell's Gallagher Transportation Center at 7:40, I would walk another 1.1 miles to MCC's dental lab, getting to class right on time for 8 a.m. 8:05 if I stopped at Dunn's. Our final dental lab tech class ran from 8 in the morning until 4 in the evening. Gotta change that. I would then have to do my whole commute all over again. Each way to class took me 2.5 hours, and I would walk 2.5 miles in between home, the train stations, and the classroom. On top of the 8-hour class, I had an additional 5 hours of commuting time. It was a grueling grind of a time, but I would choose this challenge of a commute over brain surgery any day. But enough about me and my story. I would like to take a moment to congratulate each and every one of you for making it to this very moment, this very day. You did it. Every obstacle that got in your way, the bad weather commutes, the car troubles, the juggling of classes and coursework, the sacrifices you had to make, the changing work schedules, potential pay cuts, from spending more time in a classroom than clocking in and out, figuring out childcare. God bless your working parents and child givers who are here in this graduating class, who managed to get back to school, all providing for your family's needs. Good job. And may we also take a moment of silence for any friends and family members we lost while attending school. With the time and effort you have all put in, I hope your educational conquests will serve you and the public population's health well. We are all here to continue our own storylines. May we all never stop learning. May we all continue our education and our professions. May we never stop advocating for ourselves, our peers, and our livelihood. I may have never seen a lot of these faces before, but I am proud of each and every one of you in these seats for waking up early, going to bed late, canceling those plans on going out, studying for that exam, not making excuses for yourself. It is truly you that brought yourself here. Let us not forget to credit our friends and family for helping us along the way. And shout out to the professors and clinical instructors who critiqued and guided us into becoming the professionals we set out to be. So, here's to continuing our paths, helping ourselves and others all